Right, you're locked into the feckin' point. Your news, but not as your granny knows it, eh? This is the only news show that tells it like it actually is, not how some posh gobshite in a suit thinks it is. So strap in, grab a cuppa, or something stronger. You'll need it, honestly. Well, lads, first up, the guards have finally upgraded the Fiona Pender case. Missing since '96, pregnant and all. Imagine that. To a murder inquiry. Took 'em nearly 30 years, you know. A slow, rusty creak, then a sudden ta-da horn. They're digging up a field near Killy in Offaly. Again, groundbreaking stuff, literally, eh? Meanwhile, well, down in Kerry, a sheep farmer, Michael Gain, who vanished in May, turned up on his own farm. Grim discovery during, and I quote, routine farm work. You can almost hear the sheep baaing nervously. Makes you wonder what else is routine on that farm, eh? Gardaí are, and I quote again, continuing to investigate. No Sherlock Holmes, you know? And in Dublin, those 2 teenage scroats involved in that gangland restaurant shooting? 9 years, a satisfying prison door slam. 9 years, like, to think about how they've absolutely ruined several lives, including their own, I mean. But sure, renewed concerns about youth in organized crime. Understatement of the bloody century, lads, honestly. Now for everyone's favorite topic, banks. You hear that cha-ching? Followed by the sound of a flushing toilet? AIB is flogging off €500 million in dodgy loans, mostly mortgages and small business debts from when the world ended during COVID. Right? They say it's to strengthen its financial position. Translation, get this toxic shite off our books before it stinks up the whole place. And in the same breath, AIB warns about risks to Ireland's economic growth from global tariffs and less foreign investment. So, they're bracing for impact while simultaneously chucking ballast overboard. Comforting. Domestic demand growth of 2.3%? We'll see if that survives contact with reality or their next round of fees. In other, who's making a packet news? DHL Ireland's pre-tax profits are up 13% to a cool €9.48 million. Ka-ching! Good for them, eh? Cisco Foods Ireland, though, down 18%. Maybe people are finally copping on to the price of a bag of frozen chips. But hold on, jobs. Cork-based insurtech firm Cana is creating 13 new high-skilled jobs. Actually, software engineers, business developers, jobs for people who understand what insurtech even means. Expanding to the UK and US. Fair play to them anyway. And Irish SMEs, they're hoovering up venture capital. €533 million in the first quarter of 2025. Hear that? Money raining down. Overseas investors clearly think we're a great bet, especially our tech sector. Either that, or they haven't seen our electricity bills yet, I mean. Speaking of which, Limerick's Veotas, a smart grid company, got €10 million to expand globally. They help big energy users not to melt the grid. So, thanks to them, your kettle might not plunge the entire estate into darkness next time Fair City is on, you know? Oh, Boots Ireland got a slap on the wrist for misleading discounting during their 2023 Black Friday sales. Record scratch! Then an angelic choir for pure sarcasm. You mean those was €100, now $99.99 for 1 hour only, deals weren't entirely legit? I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell ya. But hey, consumer confidence is up. Slightly, a tiny weak party horn sound. The Irish Credit Union Index rose to 60.8. First rise in 4 months. We're officially less miserable than we were. Marginally. Probably because the sun came out for 5 minutes. The government's also wringing its hands about the all ones. A report says the aging population is a challenge to public finances. Listen to that Zimmer frame scraping. Basically, too many pensioners, not enough taxpayers. Grant, they're emphasizing the need for policy adjustments. Translation, we haven't a bloody clue what to do, to be honest. And get this, Ireland's proposing a ban on trade with Israeli enterprises in the occupied West Bank. First EU country to do it. A satisfying mic drop. Sticking it to them for human rights. Fair dues. Cue the predictable outrage from one side and Matt Pats from the other. Never a dull moment, eh? And speaking of predictable outrage. So, Conor McGregor. Hear that boxing bell? The crowd roars, then a sudden needle scratch. Wants to run for president. The notorious PRS. Can you imagine the arse? You'll do nothing as foreign policy. His acceptance speech would be pay-per-view, I swear to God. Jesus. Meanwhile, back in the real world of politics, the opposition, Sinn Féin, Soc Dems, Labour, PDP, are all giving the government evils over housing. Vowing to fight any attempt to ease rent caps. Owen O'Brien called the government do nothing. Strong words. Probably true, to be fair. They're planning a protest outside Leinster House on June 17th. Raise the roof. All the construction noises followed by a sad trombone. Because none of us can afford to actually have a roof. They're hoping for a repeat of the water charges crack. We'll see if anyone can be arsed. Across the pond, President Trump, remember him, has delayed those 50% EU tariffs. A bomb defusal TikTok. Then a collective sigh of relief. Pushed him from June 1st to July 9th. Simon Harris is welcoming it. Of course he is. It means he doesn't have to do anything for another month. Global markets had a little flutter of joy, like a condemned man getting a slightly nicer last meal. Eh? And the Swiss president, Karin Keller-Sutter, is popping over for a visit. Hear that cuckoo clock and the yodeling. First one since 2012. High-level chats with Michael D. and Micheál Martin. Probably comparing notes on how to look busy. She's also opening an exhibition about Ireland and St. Gallen. Her gaff. Wonder if she's bringing any Toblerone-like. Grim news from Louth. An elderly woman in her 80s was killed by a bus in Dunleer. Awful stuff. Gardaí are looking for witnesses. And in Dublin's Cherry Orchard, residents are still breaking it over antisocial behaviour. You can almost hear the distant shouting and smashing glass. 11 council houses are empty, but sure, the council's acknowledged it. That'll make everyone feel safe, won't it? Now, the HSE Hall of Shame. That's a game show losing buzzer, by the way. Scoliosis surgeries for kids? Delayed. Mikey Henry Benson from Mayo, 17, spine bent over 100 degrees, still waiting. Daniel Collins from Tralee, 14, now needs 2 operations because of delays. Over 106,000 kids on hospital waiting lists. It's a national disgrace, that. And it gets worse. An internal probe at Children's Health Ireland, or CHI, found a consultant was manipulating waiting lists. Cue the sinister organ music. Shuffling public patients to his private weekend clinics, funded by the National Treatment Purchase Fund, creaming €35,800 for himself, prioritizing easy cases, not urgent ones. 50 kids needed surgery sooner, would you believe? Potential negligence, financial irregularities, and a toxic departmental environment. And CHI was told to report him, but didn't tell the Department of Health? Oh, for feck's sake, facepalm sound. Minister Jennifer Carroll McNeil is now tasking the National Patient Safety Office. Bit late, Jen. Calls for a broader inquiry? You think? And the cherry on this shit sundae? The new National Children's Hospital. Just listen to that cash register running endlessly. Then, a small explosion. 15th delay. Won't see a patient till at least June 2026. Cost? €2.24 billion and rising. They could build it on the moon for less, I swear. Right, let's try for some good news, if there is any. University of Galway has a plan for Ireland to join a big European biobank thingy. BBMRI Eric. Sounds like sci-fi computer noises, doesn't it? Access to nearly 500 biobanks for research into cancer and Alzheimer's and stuff. Sounds useful. Probably. Health Innovation Hub Ireland has a call out. Hi AI Call 2025. Submit your AI solution now. Looking for AI to solve healthcare problems. Maybe an AI that can actually build a hospital on time and on budget, Or one that can make consultants not be greedy feckers. RCSI had their cancer conference, Transforming Care Through Innovation and Equity. Sounds great. Hope it transforms into actual shorter waiting lists, to be honest. Trans advocacy group Transgress the NGS protested in Dublin. Hear those protest chants? 10 years since marriage equality, and they're still fighting for basic services. Government commitments apparently translate to feck all, Our glorious leaders on tour. Minister Niamh Smythe is in Singapore for Asia Tech Singapore 2025, banging on about AI and digital trust. Whoosh! There goes the airplane. Consul General Micheál Smith was at Stanford telling tech heads how great Ireland is for AI. Grand, as long as the Wi-Fi holds up back home, I suppose. Big news for nerds! Stripe is the new sponsor for the Young Scientist and Technology exhibition, taken over from BT. Give them a round of applause. 5-year deal. Nice one, considering Stripe co-founder Patrick Collison won the damn thing 2 decades ago. From wonderkind to sugar daddy, Atlantic Technological University got €8.46 million for a semiconductor photonics education and research center. Or SPEAR. Pew pew, a laser beam sound. To boost the economy in the Northwest? Sounds impressive. Hope it means more than just a fancy acronym, Tech events galore. Dublin Tech Summit at the RDS May 28th to 29th. Atlan Tech Festival in the West, on now. Conference in Galway on the 29th. AI, deep tech, quantum computing, it's all happening. If you can afford a ticket, and understand a word of it, I mean. And Celton, an Irish tech firm, landed a contract with the European Space Agency, rocket launch and cheering. Developing hardware for satellites. We're going to space. Sort of anyway. Ga news. Armagh star Jarlath O'Byrne, son of the President Jarlath, is engaged to Tara Donaghy. Wedding bells, then a loud Ga air horn. After winning the All-Ireland last year, good man Jarlath, RTE's Arthur Gorunlian, was rocking a vibrant outfit on Donal Skehan's podcast. An ironic wolf whistle, naturally, caused a bit of banter, that did. Slow news day for the showbiz journos, clearly. Lord Mayor's Awards in Dublin. Received at Adeleke, Johnny Sexton, Brendan Gleeson, all honoured. Hear that dignified applause? Plus, Brian Murray and Una Crawford O'Brien for dementia awareness. All legends, Louise Quinn got emotional watching Katie McCabe lead Arsenal to a Champions League win. Emotional violin music. Quickly cut off. Quinn's retiring from Ireland. Class act. Alan Hughes from Ireland AM had a health scare. Diverticulitis. A hospital bed monitor beeping. Had some polyps removed, but he's grand, he is. He and Carl are also doing Cinderella at the National Stadium. From a hospital gown to a panto dame. What a trooper, He's behind you. And the big question on everyone's lips, who's going to replace Joe Duffy on Liveline? A dramatic underscore. After 25 years, Daithí O'Sea is a front-runner. Catherine Thomas reckons he's the man. Ciara Doherty, Dermot Whelan, Andrea Gilligan also in the mix. Place your bets. Charlene Maudsley, the sprinter, and her fella, tip PAA star Michael Breen, had a rare day off together. Shared a snap. Young love and county pride. Cricket. Chirping crickets. Then a massive thud. Ireland got absolutely mullered by the West Indies. Lost by 197 runs. Barry McCarthy conceded 100 runs for 3 wickets, most expensive in Irish ODI history. Womp womp, a sad trombone. Captain Paul Stirling said they were inconsistent. That's one word for it, Paul. Shite is another. More GAA. Mayo manager Kevin McStay stepped down temporarily for health reasons. A gentle, supportive applause for him. Stephen Rochford is taking over. Mayo lost to Galway and Cavan recently. Tough times, you know? Hope McStay's all right. But Cork hurling. Hear that roar of a Cork crowd? Up the Rebels! Beat Waterford 225 to 122 to reach the Munster final for the first time since 2018. Pop, pop, party poppers for that. Goals from Brian Hayes and Patrick Horgan sealed it. 17 wides, but Pat Ryan was happy with the work rate. Waterford manager Peter Queally was proud but blamed the ref, Johnny Murphy, for some calls. A whistle, followed by angry, unintelligible shouting. The classic post-match interview. Cork will face Limerick in the final at the Gaelic grounds. That'll be a battle, that will. Right. That's your bleedin' lot, I'd say. My head's absolutely wrecked. We're probably cancelled after this, honestly. Don't forget to hit us up on the socials, eh? This week's poll, who's more likely to actually fix the country? Conor McGregor or an AI trained on old episodes of Bosco? Use hashtag #FeckinPointlessPoll. You've been listening to the Feckin' Point. Probably against your better judgment. Let's be honest. Go on, get back to your miserable lives, why don't you? Sláinte. Listen for that can opening, followed by a big burp.